Let us have another example of question still under the alignment principle. Let me read the question. After the warm-up with the interviewee, the investigator is ready to obtain the knowledge his subject may possess. Thus, he begins by, and that portion of the question is being cut. Obviously, the question would like to get an ideal continuation of that cut portion. So let us go to the keywords of the question. Let us remember that in here we are talking of an interview. Okay? And this is the stage in the interview wherein it is already after the warm up, so that the investigator is now ready to obtain the knowledge his subject possesses. So, before that, what do we mean by warm up? That is an investigation term which is about establishing rapport. Take note, the word is pronounced as rapport, not rapport. What is rapport? That is good relationship. Just like in any other forms of communication, the investigator should first establish good relationship with the subject in order for him to get confidence, to gain confidence and trust from the subject he is asking question with. Now, let us consider the choices. We have a lot of ways to attack the question, but basically, the very theme of this particular question is about alignment principle. Meaning to say, we align the answer with the keywords of the question. And the very keyword that we have to look into is after the warm up. Okay? And another thing is interview. Okay? Let us consider first letter A. Asking the interviewee simple questions. At this portion, there is nothing wrong with that particular statement. And by the way, the question asks for an ideal answer. So in other words, one way to align the question is, remember, ideal answer, that is something that is positive. So, is there something wrong, or is that statement asking the interviewee simple questions wrong? In that portion, there is nothing wrong. But if you continue, and then difficult ones, that is negative, that is wrong. Because the very purpose of asking or conducting interview is for the subject to understand the question so that he'll be able to give a narration that the investigator is interested in. So that portion there is, that difficult ones is wrong. Therefore, we mark this one as wrong. Letter B, allowing interviewee to give complete uninterrupted account of what he knows. Is there something wrong with that statement? Is there negative in that statement? There is nothing. So remember, the question is talking of positive thing. Therefore, we will mark this one as candidate answer. Let us now move on to letter C. asking about the subject's background and personal life. Is there something wrong with that statement? Is that questioning ideal in the conduct of investigation or interview? The answer is yes. So this is aligned with that is positive statement. There is nothing wrong. However, it does not align to the question, not because it is not positive, it is not ideal, but it is not aligned with the question in the sense that the question is now after the warm up. This particular question about the subject's background and personal life is about warm up. This is about establishing good relationship. One of the principles in human relations is that you have to first be interested in people so that people will be interested upon you. It's a give and take situation. So it does not align because the situation contemplated in the question is already after the warm up. So therefore, letter C is wrong. Let us now go to letter D. Asking questions designed to give yes or no response. The questions are said to be generating a yes or no answer. Is that ideal? The answer is yes. There is nothing wrong with asking yes or no question. However, it will not align with the question. Why? Because we are talking of interview. We are not talking of polygraph test. The subject here is not under polygraph test. There is nothing in the question telling us that the situation is when the subject is under polygraph test. So that letter D is correct when you are talking of polygraph test wherein the questions are designed to give yes or no. In an interview, you may ask yes or no questions, but it should not be the whole part of it. That should only be portion of the question. Because it is wrong to ask leading questions. It will not generate an original answer, a narration from the subject. So for example, let us put a situation wherein the investigator is asking the subject with yes or no question. So for example, the investigator will ask, have you seen the suspect going inside the house? The subject would say, yes, sir. Have you seen him with a knife in his hand? Yes, sir. And then later on, you heard a shout of help, shout for help of a particular woman. Yes, sir. And then much later, you saw the suspect going out of the house. Yes, sir. And in his hand, again, the knife with blood in it. Yes, sir. Try to analyze the question. Is it generating a knowledge coming from the subject? It is not. It is as if that the investigator is simply putting the situation, putting the facts upon the mind of the subject. That is why he will just ask yes or no question. That is not a good type of question in an interview. Again, that letter D is wrong. The answer is letter B. Allowing the interviewee to give complete uninterrupted account of what he knows.